like to welcome you to this matchup here in the NFC as we have a Week 5 battle here for you today between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. Alright, the standings in both of these teams' respective divisions. The NFC South, the Falcons tied for first place with the New Orleans Saints at a 2-2 record. Meanwhile, Seahawks at the opposite end of the spectrum, they are in dead last in the NFC West. Alright, we're ready for the kickoff. Both these teams trying to bounce back from losses last week. The Falcons will get the ball first at their own 35-yard line. First down for the Atlanta Falcons. Here's a throw down the field, and it is complete. Wrestling with the defender, and it's a first down. Wow, going big on the very first play. We see some teams do that. Other teams not so much. It really depends really on the team. Here's a run, picking up 7 yards. Wonder what the best strategy is on the very first play. Do you go conservative? Do you go aggressive? It's interesting. Second down and 3. The pass over the middle. It is complete. First down inside the 30, picking up 13 yards and a pretty good opening drive so far for the Atlanta Falcons. Moving pretty well down the field as it's first down. Pressure's coming. Gets rid of it. It is complete. Inside the 15, inside the 10. First and goal for Atlanta. Looked like that pass was going to be a little bit off the mark, maybe a little bit low, but the receiver able to make the catch to set up first and goal. Here's the toss, only picking up a yard. Pretty safe to say the Falcons' passing offense better than the rushing offense so far in this game. And here's a wide open touchdown. What a start for Atlanta. What a start indeed. Seahawks secondary very poor on this drive. Linebackers did get pressure to the quarterback and the defensive line, but the secondary very poor, and that's why the Falcons are able to score very quickly. All right, the extra point is good, 7-0 for Atlanta. Seahawks now with their turn on offense. Pretty good field position here to start at their own 40-yard line. Only 60 yards to go. First down. Here is the pass. It is complete, picking up 6 yards. Seattle only with 1 win this season. And you're in a pretty tough division, the NFC West, as here's a first down, making defenders miss. Still going, picking up 13 yards. Seahawks now in Falcons territory. First down for Seattle. Pass is wide open. First down, good play. Picking up 17 yards, and now Seattle kind of doing what Atlanta did on their opening drive. Able to find receivers almost on every play down the field. First down, pass complete. Defender misses. First down and more. Inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. What a response from Seattle. What a response indeed. This feels like this could be a very high-scoring game. Yeah, that defender just completely whiffed. That was a pretty bad effort if you ask me. But nonetheless, Seattle into the end zone very quickly. The extra point attempt is good. All tied up at 7. What a start for both of these offenses. And this might be a shootout, but we have seen defenses make adjustments throughout the games and other games. First down for Atlanta as the throw over the middle is complete. There's a nice move. Picking up 14 yards. Falcons with pretty poor field position, definitely compared to Seattle, but Falcons don't want to make that stop them, as here's a first down. Feels like every play is a first down in this game as we are done 1. All right, about to start the second quarter. Falcons at around midfield. First down for Atlanta. The pass is complete. Trying to make defenders miss, unable to, but still enough for the first down at the 40-yard line. First down for Atlanta. Gonna wait. It is complete, and it will depend on the spot right at the 30-yard line. That's exactly where we need it for the first down. It will be enough for the first down. First down for Atlanta. Here is the throw. It is complete, and picking up 8 yards. One of the first plays in this game that did not result in the first down, it feels like. Second down and 2. They're going to throw it. Going deep over the middle. It is complete. Inside the 5 and all the way to the 1. First and goal, Atlanta. Their offense continues to be pretty explosive in this game. They're going to run the ball, but the running game not doing as well. Haven't seen them run the ball really at all in this game, it feels like. Second down and goal. And sacked! Back at the 8-yard line. Wow. Big play for Seattle. Let's see if they can stop them again. Third down. They're bringing pressure. Quarterback has to get rid of it. He does. It's caught, but stopped at the 1-inch line. And now a huge decision here for Atlanta. Well, I think you got to go for this, because if you don't get it, I mean, you're really pinning Seattle deep. 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. The run up the middle. And he's in. Barely. Touchdown. Oh, my goodness. That was so close. I mean, he barely gets in. They only needed 1 inch. I think the runner got 2 inches. Seattle's so close to stopping them, but a huge touchdown for Atlanta to give them the lead back. The extra point attempt is good. 14-7. It's been a very entertaining game so far. It's been a back and forth game. And now Seattle still has lots of time to try to tie the game before halftime. They also will get the ball to start the second half, so that's good news if you're a Seahawks fan, as the pass over the middle, complete, picking up 8 yards. And that's why it's such a big advantage to get the ball to start the second half. Because you're going to assume you're going to have the same amount of possessions in the first half. I mean, that's not always the case, but most of the time it is. Third down and 3. Here is the throw, completing it for a first down. There's a nice block inside the 40. Broken tackle and brought down. They're not going to call their timeout. Interesting. You thought they would have done so there with the clock nearing 30 seconds. First down. Here is the throw. It is complete. Now they will call a timeout with 24 seconds to go. Yeah, Seattle definitely looking for a touchdown here, but don't want to do anything stupid. Don't turn the ball over. Right now, you have at least 3 points. Here is a completion for a first down inside the 10. They will call their second timeout with 13 seconds to go. First and goal for Seattle. Here's a quick pass. Here's a touchdown. And the Seahawks made that look easy. They certainly did. Just a quick pass. Beautiful, beautiful play call. Well executed. And for the touchdown, and Seattle marching down the field as this high-scoring game continues. Yep, touchdown so far to end every drive, as the extra point is good. All tied up at 14. Falcons only have 5 seconds left. They're not really going to have time to do anything. And they're just going to run the ball, it looks like. I mean, they don't want to really risk anything. No point of risking throwing the ball. And that's going to take us to halftime. It's been an entertaining one. We're all tied up at 14. This game could go either way. All right, about to start the second half. The Seahawks will get the ball at their own 34-yard line. Seahawks trying to take their first lead of the game. First down. Here's the throw. Down the field. He's got his receiver into Falcons territory. And a big 21-yard play to start the game. To start the half. Yeah, that's a big play. Kind of like how the Falcons started the first half. Here is a completion, making the defender miss. And a first down and more. That could have been bad, as that was so close to getting intercepted. Yeah, the defender was right there. Here is the run. And a 2-yard gain against Seattle, as I mentioned earlier, has not had the lead yet in this game. As first down, waiting. Oh, that looked like he got hit while the pass was being made, so that definitely affected the throw. Now Seattle has a third down and 8 situation. They have to get to the 15 for a first down. They will easily do that inside the 10. It's first and goal for Seattle. Yeah, the Falcons defense very soft on that play. First down. And here is a touchdown, and the Seahawks have their first lead of the game. Yeah, that's the running back who made that play. See, the running back's just going to blow by all of the defenders, and he's just wide open. Disappointing defense once again from the Atlanta Falcons. All right, the extra point. And it's up, and it is good. It's now 21-14. It's been a while since the Falcons have had a full possession But now they will have a chance to tie the game. This is the first time they're trailing, so the pressure is on Atlanta. First down. Here is a deep pass. We've seen a lot of those in this game. There's another one. First down. Couple broken tackles. There he goes. And brought down for a 32-yard gain. Yeah, the big explosive plays continue in this game. Quarterback with lots of time. Wide open. Couple broken tackles right there. 3 of them to be exact. If you like offense, you've come to the right place. So, first down for Atlanta. As here, the throw over the middle, completing it for the first down. Falcons staying calm under pressure. First down. And, speaking of pressure, there's pressure from Seattle. Has to throw the football away. That was a good decision there. There was nobody open. Second down and 10. And the pass is caught inside the 10, and it's first and goal. There's been a lot of risky throws made in this game, but so far, no interceptions. Yep, no one has turned the ball over yet in this game. There's a tackle for no gain at the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal for Atlanta. And gonna fire. It is caught for the touchdown. Yeah, this pass almost airmailed on him. See, right here, a little bit high. I think a little bit higher than what the quarterback wanted, but still able to get to the receiver harmlessly, and then for the touchdown. All right, this extra point is to tie the game, and that's exactly what they will do. We are all tied up at 21. This game has been back and forth. It's been a very entertaining game. And now Seattle looking for a response. Still have plenty of time in this game. 18 seconds to go of the third quarter. Here is the throw. It is complete. Stiff-arming defenders. And a first down. We'll have one more play before the end of this third quarter. And it's going to be first down for Seattle. Not a wide open receiver in the Falcons' territory. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. We're all tied up at 21. It could be whoever has the ball last wins. We shall see. All right, about to start the fourth quarter. At the 40-yard line, first down for Seattle. The pass is behind the receiver, incomplete. So it's now second down and 10. They're going to go with a quick pass. There's a broken tackle, but not quite enough for the first down. Going to be about a yard short. Third down and inches. Let's see if they can run this for the first down. They can. First down. And now Seattle. They're in field goal range now, but they're looking for more. Yeah, they certainly are. Touchdown will be devastating for the Falcons. First down. And here is the pass. It is complete. More broken tackles. First down. Picking up 14 yards inside the 15-yard line. Seattle trying to recapture the lead. First down. Here is the run. Couple broken tackles inside the 10. Picking up 5 yards. And they're chewing clock as well, which is very good. It's going to limit how much time the Falcons will have to respond. Second down and 5. The toss. And he will not quite get there for the first down, but about inches short. Third down and inches once again. They've already converted on third and inches. Can they do it again? The run up the middle. He got the first down and he's got a touchdown. And the Seahawks have the lead. Yeah, this was very dicey, but the Falcons unable to make the play. And the Seahawks got a huge touchdown to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. How about that? What a clutch play that was. The extra point attempt is good. The Seahawks with a 28-21 lead. All sorts of touchdowns in this game. The Falcons do have time to respond. They have 1:25 seconds to go. Falcons trying to stay in first place in the NFC South. First down. He's got time. Here is the throw. It's a dangerous one, but he gets there for the first down. Certainly dangerous. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. You know, that's what they say. First down. And a wide open receiver. First down over the middle. Broken tackles. And a 19-yard gain inside the 45. Yeah, blown coverage there from Seattle. They got to tighten up defensively here to try to seal the deal. Here is the throw as the quarterback was under pressure. They're going to call their first timeout with 40 seconds to go. Falcons still have a good amount of time here, but they need to score a touchdown. First down. Here's the throw to the right side. It is complete. It's a first down. Down the sideline. There he goes. And he will step out of bounds at the 10-yard line. First and goal, Atlanta. At the 10. First and goal. Towards the end zone. Intercepted. And that's going to do it. The first turnover of the game. And it's the most costly one you can have. Oh, so costly. And see, the defender just jumps the route. And it's just not a good decision there. The receiver just wasn't quite open enough. Not enough separation from the defender. And a good play for the interception. What a huge interception from Seattle. And that's going to give Seattle only their second win of the season. Again, you cannot call timeouts defensively. What an entertaining game this was. They're just going to run out the clock. And the Seahawks are going to get the win. The Falcons are going to drop to 2-3 on the season. I mean, the NFC South, I mean, there's some bad divisions in the NFC. I mean, the East doesn't have a single team with a winning record, neither does the South. That's going to do it. The Seahawks get the win 28-21 in a very entertaining game. As you can see, every team scored a touchdown in every quarter, except for the Falcons in the fourth quarter when it mattered most. All right, the Seahawks win 28-21, a very entertaining game. More games to come, week number 5 of the Retro Bowl League.